For some reason, it won't let me tag them when I post it. I tagged them in the comments, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't.
Are you putting that back up there?
What, this?
Yeah. I'm making a TikTok.
Oh. I was actually about to make one myself. I'm just gonna do yours. All right. Ready to go for it?
Yep, let's do this.
Dude, that music is pretty jamming, though.
Yeah. Watching this live yesterday, if anybody's watching this right now, you're in for an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
It was freaking amazing. The reason why we're redoing this is because we recorded it yesterday as it was happening live, but when we went to download it, the lips don't match with the audio.
Yeah, I think it was just like some type of issue with them streaming or whatever. Where are we?
I know, where'd we go?
Oh, I guess because I got this. There we are. Yeah, it was really good. And I wish, like, if we saw this happen at more local meetings, local hearings, like, it would be amazing. I mean, this was just amazing to see so many people show up and tell their stories,
Yeah.
I mean, it was really emotional too.
During the open public comment period, Kratom wasn't on the agenda last night. And anybody can do this. Anybody can show up at your city council meeting when there's an open public comment period. You go in there and you talk about whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, you could talk about whatever. Like, whatever this dude brought up, a baseball field or something like that. I mean, you could talk about anything.
Yeah. And he was amazing. It was his first time speaking, and you could hear the nerves in him and all that stuff. But I give him props for getting up there and doing that.
Yeah. Anytime I hear somebody say, "Excuse me, I'm nervous," I feel that. I know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sending them my energy.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Hopefully we'll have good luck with this today. But you said it would. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, well, downloading it so that we could post up.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Good luck. Let's do this. Good luck. Okay, maybe it'll work.
What's up, Ocala Kava Bar?
Hey!
So,
y'all did great.
Y'all did freaking amazing. We watched it live last night, and I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok messages or not, but I was all up in those messages. We watched this live as it was happening, but we kept having problems with the video as it was live streaming. And then when we went to download it, the audio wasn't matching up with the lips, and that irritates me.
I know. I tried to redo it 3 times last night.
So who's commenting right now? Which one of you was up there? Just let us know, I guess. Whenever you testify, whoever comes up on the thing, if that was you, let us know. Because I don't know who I'm talking to over there on TikTok. I don't know if it's a male or female or what. I don't even care. I freaking love you guys.
Yes. Yeah. This was really, really amazing, Kibby.
Kibby, is she the first one?
I think so. I don't know. I don't remember because there were just so many, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was amazing. Y'all took us on an emotional roller coaster ride. I tell you that.
Before it happened, we were looking at everybody with the stickers. Oh, she was.
Okay.
And I was like, that's got to be them. That's got to be them.
Yep. And I even screenshotted the people in the audience and tried to zoom in on the stickers, but you couldn't really see it because it was all blurred out anyway. But y'all showed up. Y'all showed out.
That's how it's done.
Yes.
This is how it's done. Okay, let's go. It should start.
Once completed, the entire tower generates $6.5 million in annual housing for over 500 Ocala.
Person up
Okay, here we go.
is Kibby Fulton.
Kibby!
It's doing the glitchy.
It's doing the glitch. Come on now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kibby Fulton. Thank you for your time today and allowing me to speak.
Maybe if you do the
I'm also
fast
a
forward
little bit
rewind thing.
nervous. I have a lot to risk. I have a lot of people. Synthetics.
This literally is the most
two
annoying
ago
thing ever.
About Kratom.
Do you want to try it on yours?
Oh yeah, we can. Sorry, you guys, we're gonna have to figure this out
Sorry.
because this is worth seeing. Okay, I gotta go to.
Like, this is literally how it should be done at every local. Like, this is how it should just be.
Even when it's not on the agenda,
Right.
show up, man. Show up.
Oh, here we go.
Is it on mine?
Not yet.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Did you take it off your screen?
No. Okay. Man, they also need to update that mic.
Ocala and Marion County.
I
Father,
know.
we just ask your blessing upon our
Okay.
services tonight, Lord God, that you would just ordain the transfer of
Because last
leadership.
night yours worked better
God,
than
that you would
mine.
just have your mighty hand upon it, and that you would continue to impart your wisdom and discernment to all of our council members and our
Workforce is 60% AMI rents.
Okay, how's it look?
The final structured cost phase is around 216 million added onto that. Financed primarily through the sale of low-income housing tax credits to private investors, which could cover up to 70%
We'll just
of the
let this play.
cost of the total project cash flow. Once completed, the entire tower generates 6.5 million in annual NOI, making the debt
Okay,
service
Lizzie.
for the whole
Amazing,
project
yeah.
easily covered and financially sustainable.
Hopefully,
for
won't
the
have
next
any
100
more
years.
technical difficulties.
This single building provides high quality, stable, and essential housing for over 500 Ocala families, cementing our downtown as a true destination for business and residents alike.
Mr. Tolbert, your time is up.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming.
I don't know you, Mr. Tolbert, but good job.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that, please.
Oh, come on now.
That guy was getting on my nerves. Like,
Yeah.
they was up there
Next
cutting
person
up
up.
and laughing, but they couldn't clap a little bit. Get out of
Kibby
here.
Fulton.
Okay, here comes Kibby. Time to mute.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kibby Fulton. Thank you for your time today and allowing me to speak. I am also a little bit nervous. I have a lot to risk. I have a lot of people that count on me. And I actually came to talk to you, Mr. Mayor. You brought up a week or two ago about Kratom. That's my business. And what's funny is I have never supported synthetics or extracts. I've been against it. We're about community. There are people everywhere that have problems. When I knew that you made mayor, I said, I got a hero. This guy's been in the trenches. He ran on addiction. He let everybody know the tough times that he had. And I thought, there are people that come here that need his support, and they can see where he's came, what he's done, what he's been through. I emailed you. I never got a response. I thought to myself, well, he's a busy man. I have an employee and a customer that went and did your fireman's treadmill competition, and they wore Muddy Lotus t-shirts. They never got one recognition. 20 of our people gathered, and we collected 485 pounds of trash. I never saw you. Our picture never even made the paper. Everyone wore Muddy Lotus t-shirts. I kind of am taking it personal now. And you know what that feels like. You know what it feels like to feel pain, abandonment. No one hears you. No one sees you. We're part of this community. I sold my house, and I moved to Ocala to open this business, and I don't make a dime. Me personally, my partner, we don't get paid. It pays my employees, my rent, my taxes, my supplies. I care about the people that go to our place. I own another business. That's how I pay my bills. But I believe in this community. And in my eyes, not even knowing you, you're my hero. Because secretly, you're a lot of other people's heroes. And I ask you to meet with me. I ask you to give us a chance. We're not about alcohol. In fact, we're about supporting people so they don't have to drink, so they feel that somebody cares about them, so that they feel they're heard, the same way you must have felt once, the same way God must have touched your soul, your heart, opened you up and said, you got this. That's what we are to our community. Look at them. All these people came here for us today. It's their place. Where are they going to go? I won't take much longer. Where else will they go? If we close, where else will they go? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I asked you once. I will not ask again. Please don't do that. Shane Boers, if I said your name wrong, let me know.
No, this happened last night, Jen.
Okay, it's running now. Yeah, it messed
Shane
up in the
Boers. I
beginning.
live at 877 Northwest 6th, Terrace Unit 1, Ocala, Florida 34475. You guys are going to hear a lot more about Kratom from everybody else, and they can talk more on it. I recently found this place after a really rough year in my life. I don't really care about consuming Kratom. I care about that community that it builds. I really just want to remind you guys about the impact of your opinions, what they have on people, and what they can have on the public and the community. I've actually sat here and I watched all of you actually pay attention to everything that's said. That's not something you see at a lot of meetings and online. You guys talked about public spaces. You guys have improved the skate park. That's going to be cool. But where are those people even supposed to go after the sun goes down? There's nowhere for people under 18, and as they become adults, unless you want to drink or gamble, there's not going to be anything else around town. This definitely takes a big toll on a company like this if you shut down part of it, and the responsibility of having informed opinions is what I would really look for. I would implore you to meet with them. I don't have to be there. I don't know as much about their business as they do, but I would really appreciate it if you just took the time before any measures would get to a board like this. I don't need my full 3 minutes. They're going to say a lot more than I would, but I thank you guys for hearing me today.
Thank you.
Miss, you want to fill in Jen real quick?
They're up against a Kratom ban.
D.
But it wasn't on the agenda. They came in because the mayor wouldn't meet with them. They requested a meeting. He looks like a used car salesman.
My name is Jimmy Vocal. I live at 129 Marion Oaks Drive, Ocala, Florida 34473. I'm a disabled combat veteran and a resident of Ocala, and someone who spends a lot of time at Muddy Lotus, a small business where whole leaf kratom beverages and tea are served alongside Kava coffee and herbal teas. For me personally, this hits close to home. As a combat veteran living with post-traumatic stress disorder and a history of self-medicating with alcohol, I have to be very careful about where and with whom I spend my time. I avoid bars, alcohol-centered environments, because I know those places put me and those around me at risk. I live in a constant state of hypervigilance, always surveying for the next threat. The raised voices, lowered inhibitions, and generalized aggression that frequently go along with alcohol can easily send me into a spiral that could end very badly for myself and for the public. Alcohol, which is legal and widely promoted in our society, both locally and on a large scale, is responsible for countless injuries, accidents, violent incidents, and crimes. Creating and protecting alcohol-free gathering spaces supports the well-being of veterans, families, young people, and anyone who simply wants connection without chaos. Muddy Lotus is one of the places in Ocala where I can be around people, socialize, and feel connected without feeling on edge. The community there is calm, respectful, and supportive. The regular customers who come from all walks of life are some of the kindest and most conscientious people that I have met. The only people I have ever seen cause any issues are the unhoused individuals who wander in from the bus station, most of them only looking for a cup of water, a break from the heat, or a place to charge their phone. Occasionally they're looking for a fix. And once they learn that no 7-OH extracts are for sale, they quickly move on. The topic of humanity and struggle of those individuals is too big of a subject to tackle right now. The point is, if whole kratom tea or a dark, dangerous substance is being made out to be and lumping it in with high potency extracts and concentrates, that warm, friendly, harmonious environment would not exist. The atmosphere at Muddy Lotus speaks for itself, and I ask each of you to please go in and experience that atmosphere before taking any action that could possibly shut down this business. I respectfully urge you to look closely at the research, distinguish between whole tea and extracts, and consider the real-world impact that the blanket ban on kratom would have on your constituents. Please don't remove one of the supportive, inclusive, alcohol-free gathering spaces we have in Ocala. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Is this Dylan Craig Aldridge?
Hello, my name is Dylan Craig Aldridge. I reside at 2950 Northeast 14th Street, Ocala, Florida, apartment C12, 34470. Hello, Council. For those of you who do not know me, I'm a 30-year-old husband, father, and a lifelong martial artist who spends his free time helping underprivileged children learn the joys and discipline of traditional martial arts. I'm also the manager of Muddy Lotustea, a place that I've worked at for 5 years and a place that has become a second home to many people in Ocala. I come from a family with a lifelong history of addiction. I'm the only man in my family who doesn't struggle with alcoholism. Growing up in that reality has guided the way I look at substances, responsibility, and community spaces. It is the reason that I take this topic so seriously today. Before working at Muddy Lotustea, I spent several years in the bar and food service industry as a bouncer and a security manager. I firsthand seen the effects that alcohol and illegal substances can have: violence, aggression, addiction, and withdrawal. I've had to break up fights, stop overdoses, and carry people outside who were a danger to themselves and others. But in the 5 years I've been at Muddy Lotustea, I've never once seen anything close to that from the kratom leaf. No violence, no aggression, no withdrawal symptoms, not once. Personally, I use kratom leaf every day. It has been a positive influence in my life, both physically and mentally. I've taken several breaks from it during COVID-19 shutdown and during out-of-state family emergencies, and I've never had any experience or form of withdrawal or dependency on it. I also want to emphasize something very important. We follow every state regulation that already exists for kratom. We ID every single person who enters our bar. Kratom is only sold to adults 21 years or older with a valid ID, no exceptions. We only sell the natural leaf, no synthetics, no extracts of any kind. And for our younger adults, 18 to 20, we still provide a safe place through coffee, teas, and fruit smoothies that can still be part of the community. Muddy Lotustea is one of the only places in Marion County where people of all backgrounds, race, creed, religion, or sexual orientation can get together peacefully. It is a calm space built on respect. People come here to relax, to talk, to heal, and stay away from the environments that often lead to trouble. All I ask is that any decisions about kratom be based in experience and not fear or misunderstandings. I encourage anyone who has questions or uncertainties to come to the bar and speak to me personally or see the community for themselves. I would be honored to have a one-on-one conversation with anyone in this council. Thank you for your time. I appreciate y'all listening to my words today.
Thank you.
Oh, I just noticed she was quiet clapping. I love that.
I love that.
He was tall, Bridget Smith, 4275 Southwest 85th Avenue. So I know most of you up here, and thank you all for doing what you do, Mayor, Councilman, and thank you for your elections. It's great. So I'm here because I just happened to scroll across a Facebook post where I was kind of taken back because I didn't know where it came from. And I'm a nurse, but I'm going to start off because I think there seems to be some sort of misconception out there of Kratom versus 7-OH. So what I wrote is a compound that makes up a tiny, tiny portion of Kratom leaf has generated this discussion. And that's what's happened. Companies have purified, it's called mitragine, I can't pronounce it right. They're in a lab, and then they add hydroxyl to make what's called 7-OH. In chemistry, we would call that semi-synthetic, meaning it starts with a natural component, but then they synthesize it in a lab. 7-OH is 50 times more potent than whole kratom in its tea form. In the natural leaf, the component makes up 7-OH less than 0.1%. So it's very, very trace amounts. That is it. And because in the natural form, it is such a rare constituent part of the leaf, companies are semi-synthetically increasing the 7-OH in their products. That's where the discrepancy and the discussion is coming. So in July in Florida, and also the FDA recommended 7-OH as a scheduled drug, which again, different than the whole leaf kratom. In July, Florida had an emergency stopgap administrative rule where they took all the 7-OH off the shelves, leaving the kratom. But then in August, the administrative rule again was amended to allow the natural kratom, so that was very widely known. And what I'm going to read is that the rule does not, here's the actual rule, the rule does not ban whole leaf natural kratom products, which again contain only trace amounts of 7-OH. The existing Florida Kratom Consumer Protection Act, which was just passed in 2023, still regulates natural kratom with certain regulations, age limits and labeling things and things like that. So, and you're probably wondering, why am I here? Why is Bridget here? Well, many of you know me, but you don't know what I've been through. 20 years have been on opioids. I have a plate in my neck. I have failed back surgery. I have knee implants, but you still see me go, right? So I wanted to come off opioids, and my nose would start dripping, immediate withdrawal. My eyes would water, start yawning. And I found Kratom because it would help you with withdrawal symptoms. And that's how I found about Kratom. And I still take it today too, and I have it in tea. And people here know that I was a Starbucks addict, but I was trying to find some other place for my iced tea. And I get my iced tea at Muddy Lotus now. So there you have it. So I just want to understand the distinction and just do some research on Kratom whole leaf versus the 7-OH. The 7-OH is the trouble. So, all right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm going to butcher this name up. Serena Mojica? Mojica? Mojica?
My name is Serena Mojica, 731 Southeast 13th Street, 34471. I'm here today to speak specifically in support for full spectrum, full leaf kratom, a natural plant that many adults in our community rely on for relief. While some criticisms of kratom are based only on fear or misunderstanding, it is misleading to label it a gateway drug or a danger to children when it is already restricted to adults over the age of 21, just like tobacco and other regulated products. Integrity is what determines quality, and that includes the integrity of our leaders, when decisions affect hundreds, and if it goes statewide, thousands of people's well-being. It is vital that those decisions are based on complete research, not assumptions. Muddy Lotus Tea, specifically where I work, prioritizes quality and safety. We do not support concentrated extracts or anything that increases risk. We support responsible adult choices, especially when that choice can alleviate anxiety, reduce stress, and improve daily function for many who struggle. This is personal to me. Working at Muddy Lotus Tea has helped me build a future, put myself through school, and be part of something meaningful. But more importantly, you are not just addressing kratom today, you are addressing a community. At Muddy Lotus Tea, we welcome people from every walk of life. Individuals healing from trauma, people overcoming addiction, survivors of abuse, those who found hope after years of hardship. If kratom is banned here, this safe space may no longer exist. I challenge anyone to walk into a traditional bar in the city and say, "Today is my first day of AA. I'm choosing sobriety." Will they be uplifted or ridiculed? Yet at Muddy Lotus Tea, that person will be met with encouragement, accountability, and compassion. Many who walk through our doors are in recovery, and Kratom can or has been a tool that has helped them stay on that path. Removing it will not protect them. It will remove one of the few places where they feel supported and seen. We are not asking for Kratom to be unregulated. We are asking that you recognize supporting evidence, the human stories, and the real-world impact. Full-leaf, responsibly sourced Kratom does not threaten sobriety. For many, it supports it. It does not tear communities apart. It helps hold ours together. To ban Kratom would be a loss not only of a product, but one of the only community spaces that truly serves the overlooked and underserved. It would take away a resource that brings people hope, healing, and connection. I urge you, consider the people whose lives are steadied by this plant created by God. Consider the families strengthened when a loved one finds relief. Consider the importance of a choice and the dignity of allowing adults to make informed decisions about their own health. Protect the people of this community. Protect Muddy Lotus Tea. Protect the right to safe, responsible access to Kratom. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, we can't stream to TikTok.
Christie House?
It's unknown why we can't. But I will download this later and clip it up and individually post everybody's video, and I will tag you in this. Kimmy!
I'm Christy House, 240 Northwest 137th Terrace, Ocala 34482. And good almost evening to council members and esteemed mayor. I have a few things to say about the Muddy Lotus. I'm here as a resident, a performer, a mother, and most importantly today, someone who owes a great deal of her recovery and her community to a place called Muddy Lotus Tea. Now before we get started, let me clear one thing up. I'm not here to debate whether gas stations should be selling synthetic mystery powders or drinks to teenagers. I think we can all agree that that's a bad idea. I'm here to speak about responsible Kratom tea as served at Muddy Lotus, because the recent comments made lumping all Kratom together are just not accurate. They're dangerous, and they threaten the businesses that are doing everything right. And I want to tell you why this matters to me personally. In 2012, I suffered a traumatic brain injury and underwent a craniotomy. I moved here in 2015 with a brain that didn't always fire in the right order and a body that hurt constantly. I had relapsed after just short of 11 years of sobriety and was trying desperately to climb my way back out. I wandered into Muddy Lotus Tea because my kid had rehearsals at the Civic and I needed a safe, inviting place that didn't serve alcohol. I had no idea what Kratom or Kava were. All I knew was the lights were soft, the people were kind, and nobody expected anything from me except to breathe. After a careful explanation from the staff, who, by the way, know the difference between Kratom and anything synthetic, the way a librarian knows the difference between Dickens and Dr. Seuss, I tried my first glass of tea, and something began to change. For the first time in years, I started sleeping through the night. I didn't wake up in pain. My brain felt a little less scrambled. Sleeping pills hadn't done that. Painkillers for sure hadn't done that. But this did, safely, legally, and responsibly. Today, I'm back on stage, back on horseback, back to being a functional adult human that my family actually recognizes. Some of it is definitely due to detoxing from alcohol, sure, but I can tell you with absolute clarity that my recovery wasn't just because of the tea. It was because of the community around it. Muddy Lotus gave me a safe place to land. A little over a year ago, they asked me to host a weekly spoken word open mic event we call Act Out. It's become a space where people create, connect, heal, laugh, cry, and occasionally overshare, but that's part of the charm. Here's the part I need you to hear. This business reduces harm. It reduces isolation. It reduces the number of people turning to alcohol for the wrong reasons. People like me. I'm not anti-alcohol. Enjoy. But I can't safely. I performed on the stage at Mutiny more than a few times, but I couldn't hang there with any comfort or safety. If this city wants fewer people drinking to excess or drunk, fewer people using dangerous substances, fewer people isolated and struggling, then Muddy Lotus tea is part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes. Did I hit the 3-minute mark?
35 seconds ago.
Oh, thank you.
No.
When they said 3 minutes, I knew I was in trouble.
That's okay.
The oversharing at Act Out is most usually my fault.
We do
But which, I would like to invite you. It's every single Tuesday, rain or shine. I will be there tonight at 8 o'clock, hosting. Come bring a story, a song, a dance, a piece of art you'd like to talk about, or just tell a story about your life.
So undoubtedly you did not understand what I just was saying, right?
My apologies.
Thank you. Wesley McNair.
That guy seems like he's real fun, a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Council and Mayor. My name is Wesley McNair. I live at 1756 Northeast 3rd Street. I was diagnosed 9 years ago with a disease that causes me chronic pain. And with having past experience, knowing the problems and issues that can occur with opioid abuse, I didn't want to rely on even taking Advil or simple ibuprofen or anything like that, because I know it causes problems with the kidneys and liver and it's not healthy for you. So I found Kratom about 6 years ago at Muddy Lotus Tea, and it's been something I've used daily ever since to help me with the pain. It doesn't have the same side effects or withdrawal symptoms like a lot of other opioids do. A friend of mine from Arkansas, which is where I grew up, was struggling with addiction to Suboxone for about 7 years, and he was lying to his fiance about it. She had no idea. He called me one day and he was crying and he wanted some help to get away from that situation. So I actually moved him into my house in Florida, and he lived with me for about 6 months, where we would go almost daily to Muddy Lotus, and he used Kratom to help him get off of the Suboxone and help save him from those withdrawal symptoms. They can be very serious. You can get really sick. Also, my father is an ophthalmologist. He uses Kratom almost every day as well in the morning to help him with energy and focus. But really, that's all that I have. I just think that if anything, Kratom is a gateway drug out of opioids rather than into them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
He must have been really tall.
Is there anyone else? No.
Mitchell Tucker, 401 Northwest 1st Avenue here in Ocala, Florida. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the ability to have an open discussion even when we disagree, because that's how things get done. I want to talk to you briefly about the use of Kratom in our city, and more specifically about Muddy Lotus. Now, as a law enforcement officer, a prior law enforcement officer, I have 13 years of law enforcement experience. I've responded to hundreds, if not thousands, of domestic violence, fights, car accidents with loss of life, all involving alcohol. In 13 years, in the last 2 years working undercover narcotics, I've never once responded to an incident involving Kratom. But we're okay with giving our stamp of approval on any bar that comes into this town. I would just like to formally invite everyone, just like you've been invited numerous times, to come out to Muddy Lotus, because I guarantee you that the environment is completely different than what you're thinking. There's an incredible community, and you've heard stories of how it's supported the community. I am blessed that I have not had to deal with addiction, but I still enjoy going into Muddy Lotus, going in and getting a smoothie for my child, or a coffee, or a Kratom. It's a good, clean, safe environment for the community, and I encourage you to check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There was one more lady back in the back. Yes, you, ma'am. And we're going to close on you.
Y'all filled it up so much they gotta shut it down.
Good evening. My name is Heather Cook. I live at 4100 Southeast 47th Place in Ocala, Florida 34480. I'm here today in support of one of my favorite places, Muddy Lotus. I'm a very frequent customer. I'm a single mother. I homeschool my 10-year-old who is disabled. I'm a sole caregiver to my aging mother who has recently started showing signs of early onset dementia and Parkinson's. I am also a high school substitute teacher, and I happen to be legally disabled myself. I have been disabled since I was a baby. I have dealt with a form of addiction almost my entire life since the age of 8 years old. I got sober 4 years ago. This past July, I wouldn't have been able to stay sober if it hadn't been for a sober environment to hang out at, like Muddy Lotus. One of my best friends took me to Muddy Lotus for the first time barely 2 months after I'd gotten sober, and I have been going ever since. Muddy Lotus is my home away from home, as it is many people that frequent there. When our family isn't there for us or can't be there for us, we're there for each other. We not only support one another, we hold each other accountable. We don't just have fun, we celebrate our birthdays, our achievements, our successes, and our milestones at our home away from home. I was struggling with my mental health last year, and I strongly believe that if it were not for the freedom to go to a place like Muddy Lotus, I would not be standing here in front of you today. Not only did I have a sober environment to go to when I was feeling at my lowest and at jeopardy of abusing substances again, I also had a home away from home to go to where I felt comfortable being myself, not having to worry about keeping it together like I did every day for my family. I had people that were supporting me no matter what I did or what I was going through. Please don't take this away from us. Please don't take the only respite that I have. Addiction is a chemical imbalance in the brain. Addiction is not attached to a specific substance. Addiction can happen to literally anything. Social media, the internet, cell phones, sugar, caffeine, a process of actions. Addiction happens when a person misuses or abuses a substance. Addiction can also be a series of compulsive actions despite any and all negative consequences. Please don't blame an entire substance or an entire establishment on a biased view of what addiction is and isn't. I would like to leave you with this quote from the American Kratom Association website. Kratom is not a drug. Kratom is not an opiate. Kratom is not a synthetic substance. Naturally occurring kratom is a safe herbal supplement that behaves as a partial mu-opiate receptor agonist and is used for pain management, energy, even depression and anxiety that are common among Americans. Kratom contains no opiates, but does bind to the same receptor sites in the brain, and so does chocolate, coffee, exercise, and even human breast milk hits these same receptors. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Man, y'all filled that whole side of that room. I am so proud of you.
Kimberly Daly, and I live at 11616 Southeast 55th Avenue Road in Bellevue, Florida 34420. And I am also here to talk about Kratom and the Muddy Lotus. I just want to say that I did start taking, first of all, I had my first surgery when I was 9 months old, had my second surgery when I was 10 years old, again at 11, again at 15, and decided I didn't want any more. I've also struggled with addiction of alcohol and prescription drugs and other medications that eventually stop working. Whether you're on them for a week or a year, they stop working. They make you sick. You have to take more and more and more, and your risk of overdose is higher. I went looking for an alternative. If I can't afford to pay my doctor, I go through withdrawal. If my doctor decides that it's not right for me, I go through withdrawal. I don't have a choice. If you've never had to withdraw from a prescription medication for pain, you're very fortunate. If you've never watched your friends withdraw in the ICU from DPs and hallucinations from alcohol, you're very fortunate. I have. The Muddy Lotus has provided a place for me. I also take my daughter, who at the time we started going a year ago, was 18. She doesn't drink Kratom. She has no desire to do even caffeine or coffee. She gets a canned water. It's a can of water. I choose the Kratom product. I'm an adult. I share my driver's license for glue, but I can't take Kratom. I was also on the 7-Ohms tabs. I use them as a responsible adult. I took one in the morning. I felt fantastic. I lived the majority of my life. I could barely get out of bed in the morning. And 7-Ohms changed my life. 4 years pain-free. They took them. I knew they were doing it. I weaned myself off of the 7-Ohms synthetic. I still went through withdrawal, don't get me wrong, but not like my friends. I watched people go to the hospital. 7-Ohms is not Kratom. The regular Kratom that is served at the Muddy Lotus is not the 7-Ohms. I've been on both.
Thank you. That we're going to close. We're going to close. We heard you. I want to say I appreciate all of you coming. I know you take this to heart. We hear you, but I can't not tell you what we're going to do or what's going to be done. Just know that we heard you, okay? Is there any comments from any of you in regards to this at this moment?
Well, I'll just make my comments in the mayor's comments.
Yeah, that's what I thought we'd do. Okay, so we go into agenda item number 17, informational items. Council people, you see the calendar there, and we should abide by that calendar, the different holidays and different things there for us to partake and participate in. So, agenda 18, comments by the mayor.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, thank you to all the citizens that came out tonight. I know it's hard with schedules that are busy. You know, this whole came about last council meeting where I asked what we were doing to enforce the ban on Kratom, the way the Attorney General wrote it, which is 70H, but also thinking that Kratom ultimately was banned in the community. It was dropped in a subcommittee. It did not pass. When I talk to people, there's a lot of money behind supporting it. I'll be honest, I don't know the difference between synthetic Kratom and the real leaf Kratom. What I do know is real stories that I hear from kids every day. You know, I spoke to about 500 kids about 3 weeks ago and shared my story with them about how I struggled with addiction and how I was able to overcome it. And I was alarmed to see how many kids came up to me and told me they're struggling with mental illness and addiction in the 8th grade. And several of them mentioned Kratom as a drug that they're on right now. Also being very involved in the recovery community, you could talk to treatment centers. I have a lot of friends that are in the treatment center business. It is a drug that addicts are relapsing on. It is causing the obsession. Now, do they stay on it? I don't know. But they try it, it triggers the obsession, and they go back to using hardcore drugs. I've seen it. One of my close friends with 10 years of sobriety is out using hardcore drugs right now because he tried Kratom. You know, I think this really needs to be addressed at the state and federal level. There's currently 7 states that have banned Kratom. 2 cities in the state of Florida, down south. When I talk to them, they're having a hard time locally enforcing it. It really needs to be a state. And I would encourage us to look at if it does come up as a bill that we would support that. And you know, hopefully they'll look at the different aspects of the Kratom to see where, if there is beneficial. You've heard stories tonight. It sounds like it's working for some. I'm talking about the people that I talk to every day and what they're struggling. In fact, I got 2 text messages from people that we know, and both said one family member died from Kratom. They got an infection inside from taking it, and it killed them. And the other one was about a week away from passing away. And so they acknowledged the support of not having it in the community. I think we do have a bigger problem. I think these smoke shops that are opening on every corner, I think the gas stations that are selling synthetic drugs right next to candy, I think we need to look at that, and we got to think of who do we want to be as a community. You know, I'm not proud of that. I don't know if you're, you know, how you feel about it, but I think that we need to look at that and say, okay, what can we do to change that? I want to be known as a place that supports kids, supports families, supports health. And I have some ideas I'd like to bring back to you at a future date, but you know, it's I do think we need to make some changes there. So on a positive note, I want to end with Light Up Ocala was amazing. I put out a challenge to the community
That's where he
during
ended,
this time
right?
of year, it's easy to get caught in the hustle and bustle of life, right? And we forget the things that are important, spending time.
This is in Florida. But first of all, I'm sorry, I don't care. I can tell when somebody, that dude's just making stuff up.
Man,
like there's
if
no
8th
way.
graders are taking Kratom, they need to go out. Where's the parents? Who's parenting the kids?
My youngest is in 8th grade, and the only reason he even knows what it is because of me.
Right.
There's no way that he talked to that many 8th graders and they were saying they took Kratom. There's just no way.
Who's selling it to them? You
No
know,
way.
you need to go.
Well, that's like the whole thing when they make the laws. They're like, well, anybody could go buy this at the smoke shops. It's like, why are y'all letting kids in the smoke shops?
Right.
Like, if that's the case, man, get
Leisha, no, Jen already answered you. It's Ocala, Florida. That right there, it's like, and is he connected to any of the rehabs or what have you down there? Because we see this a lot.
If he's in recovery, then yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's got a lot of buddies,
Amanda Tucker says, first he said 500 middle schoolers on drugs, and then a few mentioned Kratom. Yeah, who? What? So you got a whole ass middle school that's all doped out on all different types of drugs? What the hell?
Well, and then, oh, by the way, I just got a couple of texts today, even though it wasn't on the agenda.
Yeah.
I just got a couple of texts today. One got it from ingesting it, an infection, and then the other one has a week to live or whatever. Get out of here, dude. Come on, dude. That just don't sound right.
To me, it sounds like he doesn't want to be wrong on whoever brought up the bill or whatever, because we didn't see the other hearing that happened. Or did we see it? I don't know. I don't remember. We watched so many. You guys, you don't see what we do behind the scenes. There's about 3 hearings a day that we attend and or testify at. So it all jumbles together in our brains. Like we can't even pinpoint which is what.
I could see like adults lying, like, say you're in recovery or whatever. I could see adults lying and blaming the leave. I just still cannot fathom even a handful of 8th graders at one school saying that. Like, I can't. I can't.
But Kratom itself is nasty. It
doesn't get you high. It doesn't alter, like, it's just like a waste of time. If you're trying to get high, it's a waste of time. Especially for kids.
I've said this before. I'm like, if a teenager's trying Kratom, the only thing they're going to do is freaking get straight A's in school, or they're going to master their video games that they're playing, but it's got to be the 7OHs. It's got to be the 7OH. Are they getting them from big brother, big sister? Are they, dabbling in their parents' little medicine lockbox or whatever? What about, I know when I was a teenager, I was constantly going in my parents' liquor cabinet. Yeah. We would replace the vodka with water so they wouldn't see it.
Yeah, it seems like y'all are going to have to. It just bothers me also that the dude cut everybody off, wouldn't even let everybody that, took the time out of their night to be up there to speak and be heard. I don't know. There was a lot about that meeting that bothered me.
Let's see. Nate, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Naces Mendez? I'm a mother of teenagers, a special education teacher, and a behavioral therapist. And in my work, I know things that parents never find out unless I talk to them because they are not present in their children's lives. It is easier for them to be immersed in a device than to be present in their lives. Yeah.
I was trying to find the comment earlier. Oh, here it is. You can't see it all, but it says we cleaned up Ocala. Is it Ocala?
Ocala, yeah.
Ocala Park, and he didn't say anything. A bunch of us cleaned up the homeless camp in his skate park. They bragged about it in the meeting there. We didn't get one mention. We as Muddy Lotus stand with the community. And the mayor never mentioned the good that Muddy Lotus does in the community. We involve ourselves in the community and making Ocala and Marion County a better place. If the mayor is about community and health, would he not be for us? We're the alternative to alcohol. When he himself, the mayor in 2005, checked himself into rehab for alcohol addiction. He himself, the mayor, is a recovering addict and admitted to it, documented in 2005. So I'm sure he is in with a lot of the recovery.
I wonder if he's just the whole AA in a abstinence-based community type thing.
Yeah. It could be.
What's up, Leisha? She says, so do I. I have folks tell me stuff they only tell the good Lord. No kids are taking no Kratom. Yeah, and she's a hairdresser, so you know the gossip is wild there. Ray Ritchie, what about all these other meetings they said that they've had about, but it's never been mentioned to the public? Hey, we see that a lot.
Yeah.
We see that a lot. Since we follow we try to follow all legislation that happens, you know, and sometimes there's meetings we don't even catch at all. And it's like, where was it publicly posted at? You know, it's like, what? We don't find out till the last minute and there's nothing else we could do.
It's a shame.
But y'all did amazing. I don't know, you know, I don't know if anybody's in the comments that was there in person at the hearing in Ocala, but y'all did freaking amazing. You know, and it's like, this is what we need to see. Show up in droves, you know, respectfully get up there and testify. You ain't got to have a shouting match or nothing like that, but what do you know about that thing? What thing?
If it's about then
Kibby says government needs to be held accountable as well, not minimize the responsibility and transparency. Drug test testing. Our officials is a really great place to start. Interesting.
Catherine says she was.
Somebody got some skeletons in their closet. Is that what I'm reading right? Kratom might save you. Just saying. Okay, Catherine. What a last name. Catherine Parent. Now, I'm hoping that this video downloads correctly because, like I said, we watched it live when it was happening last night. And then we went to download it so that I could I want to clip up each individual testimonies. I'm going to take out the address part. I hate that they do that. Some of these places make you want to put your address down. I can't stand that. But I'll clip. It takes me a while. It takes me a while to edit. So, but we're going to download this and then I will clip them up, take out the address part, and then I'll post them up on TikTok and my YouTube. Then you guys could just go share from there or whatever. I'm not on Facebook anymore. My haters got me banned in June.
Yeah.
So, you know, wherever you try to ban me, I'm going to go flourish somewhere else. So you keep on trying.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I just have a feeling I mean, I don't know anything about the guy, but I just get, my gut feeling is he obviously doesn't care about his constituents and the community like he says he does.
The fact that they didn't mention anything that y'all did to clean up that park really pisses me off because
it's almost like he's just kind of just ignore and the go away type, or they don't exist type of thing. You know what I mean? Like if I never mention them and I never include them, then they just don't exist. I don't know. There's something not right about that whole situation.
Like he wants to take the credit for it, but probably didn't bend down and pick up a damn freaking water bottle. The city next to us, we got word. Bellevue said we are welcome to open there. They support Florida law. Hell yeah. Okay.
It sucks if you would have to be forced to do that just because.
Yeah. Because we're seeing a freaking shit show in California.
Yeah.
Like right now, it is insane. And I don't give a shit if you want to fight me or not. It is because of 7OH. That is why we are having all the problems in these states, cities, counties. People, you know, like I said, they were sold a product or given a free product that they claimed was a more potent form of kratom. That's how these, especially smoke shops, are hooking people onto this. And then it's causing a cascade of, people going back, people literally doing a 360 and going back into their addiction lifestyle. We see it as we advocate, and 7-OH is not kratom. I will forever shout this from the rooftops. 7-OH is why we are in the predicament that we are in. We are constantly having to testify and advocate to keep kratom legal. The whole leaf.
Yeah.
It has gobbled up most of our time and energy and effort, and just causing us to.
It's eaten away any type of good reputation kratom had.
Yeah.
It's destroyed it.
Yeah.
And for the people that want to say we are all kratom, no, we're not. 7-OH is not
No,
kratom.
the fuck we are not. Stop with that stupid ass hashtag bullshit ass. Oh, kumbaya, we are all kratom. No, the fuck we ain't. You ain't doing what we're doing, so you're not seeing the mass destruction that this shit is causing.
And it should have never been put on the market the way it was. It should have never been called kratom. I mean, it's wreaked havoc.
And that mayor even said you don't even know the difference between kratom and synthetics. Well,
yeah.
I mean, your attorney general does.
My thing is, yeah, exactly. But it's like, before you make laws, you should at least try and learn a little bit about it. Go visit Muddy Lotus. Go do some research.
I'm telling you, like Jen said in the comments earlier, if we were in Florida, we would be at Muddy Lotus right now, probably doing a live stream from there.
Yeah.
Because I see y'all's videos. Cool. I freaking love the vibe that y'all got going on. Oh my God. Oh my God. I freaking love it.
So cool. I love it. And it seems like you guys are, a big family. And I mean, dude, at the end of the day, that's the kratom community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad.
Leisha, I know y'all did. Leisha worked her ass off along with other badass advocates in Mississippi. It took them 5 long years to pass the KCPA there.
Yeah, Dr. Christopher McCurdy, we actually did an interview with him.
Yeah, we did.
He's cool, super cool. And he explains the difference. He always puts it down in like easy terms to understand.
Yep, I met him. I finally got to meet him.
You did.
I'd always been geeking out over him for all these. I've been, anybody who don't know my story, okay, let me break it down to you. So I was an active addict for 11 years straight. I was, I went to chronic pain management, and, for those of you that don't know, back in the day, we were handing pills left or right. If you farted wrong, you got a damn pain pill, So, but I have degenerative disc disease in my back. And when I started going to pain management in 2008, that's when I started going to pain management in 2006 for migraines. But in 2008, when I got degenerative disc disease, diagnosed, that's when I slid into the addiction side. It didn't happen overnight. And so from 2008 to 2019, I was an active addict, chronic pain management. I got high on my legal prescription highs, So, and then in April of 2019, I got fired from my chronic pain management because I was 11 pills short, and my drug dealers didn't have any of the pink oxycodones that I needed, the pink oxytens. And so I started doing cocaine. You know what? I was a hoe. I became a cocaine hoe. I was on my knees, slobbering D's to get some more cocaine. And so when I was in cocaine withdrawal in June of 2019, that's when I watched the documentary A Leaf of Faith. And that's the next day was when I went to the smoke shop and got my kratom. I got whole leaf kratom powder, capsules at the time. That was when I was doing capsules. But it was locked up in a glass case, and you had to be carded. You had to be ID'd to get it. It's in a smoke shop.
Yeah.
That's what we want,
Yeah.
And so I've been loud and proud, no fucks given advocate ever since. First I'm a consumer, then an advocate and an activist. I have flown across this damn United States, to go advocate. I've been to Washington, D.C. twice. I've been in my capital 3 times.
Yeah.
We advocate for the Kratom Consumer Protection Act. So I have not relapsed. I have not you know, I am not the old Misty. I am not the Misty that I was in active addiction at all, period, point blank, you know. And initially, when I first found Kratom, yes, my addict mindset was still turned on. My behaviors, habits, routines, and rituals were still turned on. And so I caught myself trying to chase the high that I kept reading about everybody was getting. I'm like, there still was no high. No high at all. You know, I was just overloading my body with plant matter. And so when I finally saw the signs in the Facebook Kratom community, I kept seeing people saying less is more, less is more. So I applied it. I applied it to my Kratom, you know, and then I was able to, I was out once. The highest I'd ever been was at 5 teaspoons 5 times a day. And then I tapered all the way down to 2 teaspoons twice a day. I kept forgetting my second dose, so I scratched that off the list. And then I went to 1 teaspoon once a day. And then I challenged myself even further and started taking 1 to 4 days off every week. Where's the addiction? I'm not on my knees slobbering knees to get some more Kratom. I ain't craving it when I don't take it, you know?
Yeah. When you're addicted to something, it consumes you. That's all you think about. That's all you live around. That's all you plan your day around. And Kratom does not. Hell, I forget to take it sometimes. And I'm like, oh, shit. I haven't taken my Kratom in like 8 hours. No wonder, you know, and I've been doing all this stuff. So it's like, you know, I mean, it's sad. It's just sad that people can't see that.
You know, and I get attacked a lot from the freaking AA, NA community about this bullshit ass you traded one addiction for another. No, motherfuckers. I traded a negative addiction for a positive dependence. That's what I did. I will forever need something for my chronic pain. I can't pray it away. Nacy's, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry, but she says, for me, Kratom was a natural option to stop my medications for pain, anxiety, and ADHD. Before, I was taking Tramadol, Medrol, Lexapro, Doxepin, and Adderall daily, and they were damaging my organs like my liver, pancreas, and kidneys. Now I only drink a tea twice a week, and it controls my inflammation and pain for days and also helps me with my sleep problems. Hell, yes! Hell yes!
Let's see. Chastity or Christy? Invited them all for, the act out thing that lady was talking about. That sounds really cool.
I know.
Yeah, and then he cut her off. I mean, that was really rude too. But yeah, why not just invite everyone from South Florida, Kava bars. Yeah, all party having sober fun. Oh, dude, that would be cool.
I know
Good
people
vibes,
don't.
non-destructive.
Hell yeah. I know people don't believe it. You know, people don't believe that sober, you can have fun being sober. That's the other thing.
I would have never thought it back in my alcoholic days. I would have never thought it. No, because that's always the first thing you think of.
That's the other thing I won't say. I won't say I'm sober. You know, I will say I'm sober-ish.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm in Colorado and I love my green, my Schweed, my devil's lettuce. You know.
Well, half of those people, though, I mean, they're on pharmaceuticals of some kind.
Yeah.
Whether it be anti-depression, anti-anxiety, and that's fine. Like, dude, I support whatever form of recovery you want to take. Just don't knock mine.
Stop taking my inventory. Check on yours. You know, I don't have to take pain pills, benzos, muscle relaxers anymore. I don't have to take 2 blood pressure medications. I don't have to take an antidepressant. You know, Kratom leaf is literally a pharmacy in a leaf. Alicia says,
there's a lot of Kava bars too in Florida.
Yes. So I know, Kibby, I sent you that information about operationkratom.org. That seems to be like where all the Kava places are, trying to get everybody involved. You know what I mean? Because we watched that hearing when it happened in Manatee County.
Yeah.
So Alicia says, it felt like the change broke my first time. That person I was died that day, and praise Jesus. My whole life changed for the better. I actually have money now. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know what? And this motherfucker wanted to talk about, Misty's just a look at me advocate, because of her hair and her nails and her loud mouth. Nah, motherfucker. I have money now. Yeah. My money is not going towards getting the next fix. So I have
You can actually treat yourself. Everybody deserves to treat themselves.
Yeah.
Period.
Point blank. I don't have my nails done right now because November I take a break, but my Christmas nails will be coming up, and then I got to redo my hair.
They do know if it happens to y'all, it'll be coming for them too. Nip it now, or it'll be coming for them too. Just like aphids in the flower bed. I know that's right. Each flower is a city, and the aphids will crawl and spread to each flower, suck them dry until they're dead. It'll come to them too. Now it's the time to fight and unite together and contact. Yeah.
Put up Laura's email.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're collecting everybody who wants to advocate in your city, state. Send Laura Rodney Smith right there. Laura@plantsandherbals.org. So she will put you on a list of. So email your name, city, and state to her.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I get my nails and my hair done every now and then. God forbid. God forbid. I just live in a fucking box in a corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
It's my self-care,
Exactly.
I've always been different, and I have never, I've never fit in the box that society wants me to be in or whatever, You can go kick rocks in your fucking Crocs with no socks.
Yeah.
Or no, with socks. I can't wear my Crocs with socks. I can't stand that.
Dude, my husband does.
I
He does
can't.
both.
Does he wear fucking socks with flip-flops?
No, even if he tried, ain't no way. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, all the Florida
So
peeps.
if anybody's watching this from Florida, muddylotustea@gmail.com.
Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, I mean, I've never fit in. I've always been different. I've had to face racism, sexism, now freaking recoveryism.
I think just, I don't know. Some people just got a little bit too much stuff to say that doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can feel the family vibes coming from everybody, and I love that. I wish that there were more places like that. I really do. Like, my son is going to college in Knoxville. I don't have a Kava bar here by me, but I went to a Kava bar out there in Knoxville, and I had the best time, like, with my family.
I remember the
We played
video.
darts. Yeah, we had darts. Like, we played all kinds of a pool. There was like all kinds of stuff, and it was like you could never go into just a regular bar and have fun with your family. Like, you can't do that, So I mean, it's a nice place, or places like that. There should be more of, there really should.
It's such a vibe, and it's like,
yeah.
I mean, we have Kava bars out here in Colorado, and I still haven't been to one, but I've met a lot. Like, when I went to Washington in April of this year, I met some dudes that run like Kava bars. Oh my God, I can't remember their names now. But I met them.
Well, what about Chris Jetson got a Kava bar, don't he?
Yeah, in Texas.
Yeah.
The Elixir Lounge.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's cool. Sounds cool.
But we still, I mean, when I went to Texas, I didn't go to that part because we went to Texas. That's where I met Jen. Oh, well, me and Jen, we've known each other on social media, but we finally met in person in April of this year when we went to Arkansas to try to overturn that state ban. Because if y'all don't know about Marshall Price's story, you know what, Jen? His death anniversary is coming up on the 7th.
No, I thought about that.
Marshall Price was arrested for having 200 grams. It was 200 grams of Kratom. He bought it in Missouri, and when he crossed over the imaginary state line into Arkansas, he was pulled over. And so he got sentenced to 10 years in prison for having 200 grams of Kratom. And then 3 weeks later, he was murdered in Greene County Jail. So, and when it came the opportunity for us to try to overturn the Arkansas state ban, we went to the Capitol in April of this year, and we tried. They didn't care.
It was closest, I think the closest it ever has been. I'll say that.
Yeah, because it went through the first part, and then the second part.
Yeah.
You know, that woman up there from the health department literally got up there and said that our governor will veto it if it gets to her desk.
Yeah.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
But it was still cool, you know, to be out there and well, we got to meet each other in person and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool. And Marshall's family in person, you know, and
then Matt Caddo from the AKA, and then Dr. Jack Henningfield, Kirsten Smith, Ed Boyer, and then we met Marshall's family. So it was still cool.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. But, you know, I don't know. I hope that one day Arkansas gets there. And I know, you know, you and I will not stop fighting for that until it happens.
I mean, his family filed a federal lawsuit, so that right there is finally going to go to court in February of 2027. So, just a man who survived 20 years of addiction, you know, gets sentenced to 10 years in fucking prison. I get irked up man, it pisses me off every time I talk about it. And then that's not, you know, and then we got Shayna Brown's case. You know, she was she legally purchased Kratom in Florida and crossed over the imaginary state line into Alabama, you know, where there was a DUI checkpoint, and she had Kratom in her car. So they arrested her for 250 grams of Kratom. She goes to jail, and her bond is $1 million.
Meanwhile, there's like pedophiles and stuff with a lesser, like reoccurring criminals with a lesser bond.
They actually got bonded out before she did. So what we did in the Kratom community was we did a GoFundMe for her. She sat in jail for 9 months because we had to wait until her bond was lowered enough to where the money that we gathered was able to bond her out. So we hired her a new attorney, and then we were able to bond her out in December of 2023, and we were able to take her with us to the congressional briefing that happened in December in Washington, D.C. You know, so she was able to get up there and tell her story too.
So Muddy Lotus, so this is really freaking cool. I've been coming for 7 years now, met my husband at this place, showed his friends this place, spent birthdays there. This place is a lot. So y'all have been open, first of all, for 7 years. That's awesome. And dude, meeting your husband there, that's freaking cool. That is so cool.
Heck yeah.
That's crazy.
I love that.
I mean, that just bothers me even more that y'all have been part of the community for so long. I mean,
yeah, and it's like the mayor's just putting his nose up like, we don't care.
I feel like, I don't know.
Did y'all get married there? Catherine, did you get married at Muddy Lotus?
That would have been crazy. But that's super cool. That's super cool.
That's hella cool, man. Okay, so all right, so yeah, we wanted to live stream this and show you guys because, you know, we watched it last night. We were just in awe last night. And then it did.
Dude, the mayor ain't even from there? It keeps getting worse and worse. Like, it just gets worse and worse the more I hear.
Man.
Oh, we're still not married. Well, maybe when y'all get married, y'all can celebrate.
Yeah, do the reception or something at Muddy Lotus. Heck yeah.
God, that's so crazy.
Oh, but yeah, what I was saying, because, you know, I keep saying this because it really irked me that when we downloaded last night's live stream, the audio did not match with the lips.
Well, I don't know if you could tell. Even the replay was kind of messing up in some places. So I think it was like a combination of all of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, the one I downloaded wasn't too bad, and it just kept getting worse and worse.
Yeah. So I will, once Jen downloads this and sends it to me, then I will clip up everybody's testimony. I will take out the address parts because I can't stand that
Yeah.
shit. And then I will post on YouTube and TikTok. If we take a stand against Ben and win, and do what we need to do and win this battle, I'll try to convince him we should get married there. Okay, Catherine. Maybe that, I think Kibby said we'll fly you out or something like that. That would be freaking hella cool.
Yeah.
But if that happens, maybe Jen and I could go there for, we'll go there for your wedding.
And again, if anybody's watching this and you're in the area and you want to help, here's the email to Muddy Lotus. But you guys are on Facebook, TikTok. I mean, y'all are really active on social media. I can't even remember. I think you came up in my FYP on TikTok, and then I saw that and I went to look at the agenda, and then I commented, I'm like, well, that's not on the agenda. And then one thing led to, and I'm like, Misty, of course, she always sees everything. She's like got her, just antenna out everywhere. She's like, oh yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. So I thought I have much respect for everybody that showed up.
Kibby says we would love to have you guys do a live podcast at our place. Please contact us because we would love to support and hopefully we could pay your way and for your time. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Maybe one day we'll be able to do that.
Maybe one day, yeah. Catherine says, I mean, we did have our engagement party there too at I don't even know what I'm gonna say this. Tuxawalla Park.
Okay, so they went afterwards and celebrated the engagement.
Okay,
nice. And I'm sure everybody was like, "Yay!" because everybody knows you. It's like it just seems like a giant family.
Yeah.
So cool.
I mean, look how many people showed up. They filled that whole side of the room.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I've seen that many advocates show up at a local hearing.
Right.
Sadly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so so Muddy Lotus is also on Instagram. I don't know if I'm following you on Instagram. Let me see.
That back up there just in case. I'm going to put your email address in my description too on YouTube. That's crazy. They had more people, but the meeting started at 4 and people couldn't get off work. That's just so sad that everybody couldn't at least have their voice heard.
Yeah. But you know what? I always say this too, put bodies in the seats. Even if you don't speak, put bodies in the seats. Or mouth in the mic. I couldn't stand that microphone though. They need to use some of that freaking money to get new microphones.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Y'all showed up. That's what warriors are about.
Yeah.
Y'all kept your shields high, like Brandon always says. Shields high, warriors.
Thanks for saving me. That is so cool. Y'all did amazing.
Yes. Y'all did amazing. Okay, so I will also post on Instagram too. I just followed you, Kibby.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna do that, and I appreciate everybody coming. It was nice to meet everybody.
Yep, we met the Muddy Lotus fam.
Yeah, that microphone, man, it was real bad. It was almost like listening to nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna post it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody powered through it. I would have said something. I'd have been like, dude, really?
Okay, yeah, we gotta have a break, and then we got other hearings to attend, which we ain't gonna say on here because our haters love watching us. Hey, what's up, haters? How you doing? I'm still living my best life. Alcohol free, drug free.
Oh, goodness gracious! All right, guys, everybody have a good rest of your day, and good luck on the fight in Ocala.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated, and yeah, just keep me updated.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.